on 4th and 1, by the way. Yeah,
Right.
they believe in number 17. Check out the time of possession difference in this game.
Complete domination. That's right. Denver early on had the big post route for the touchdown. Other than that, they couldn't get much offense going.
All right, so Buffalo hosts Baltimore in the divisional round next week. Green Bay, the Packers, taking on the Eagles. Let's talk about the opening kickoff. Keyshawn Nixon fumbles, and the Eagles recover.
Oh, Burst Marie, he comes down, he sets his toe, he's a total way. Look at him, hit the ball is out, and Philadelphia was off to an amazing start. That's the ultimate kickoff right there.
Let's set the
He
tone.
said, "Ooh, we."
Yeah, the Packers would have 4 turnovers in this game. 3 plays later, though, Jalen Hurts is taking advantage.
Yeah, Philly cashes it in. Philly has a chance to win the Super Bowl because they dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of it. He had 6.7 seconds to throw it. He almost had 10. He fell down in the second.
Yeah, returning after missing the final 2 games of the regular season, and Jalen Hurts finds Dallas Goedert here for 24 yards.
3 stiff arms on 1 play, 1, 2. Hold on, you're not done. Let me give you one more Valentine. Oh my goodness, that's domination. That's a picture of it right there.
So the Eagles get the win, 22-10. Saquon's like, bring them on, bring them on. Let's keep it going. Philly won the highest remaining seed in the divisional round. Yeah, take a look at our side-to-side comparison of our quarterbacks in this one. What do you like?
3 turnovers. You look at that right there. That's the difference in the game. You cannot turn the ball over in the playoffs.
It was a little bit ugly for Philly throwing the football in this game, but that's how they play. Hand the ball to Saquon, play great defense, take the ball away. It's a good formula in the playoffs.
Jordan Love never got going this year. I just want to say that. But other than that, Philadelphia, yeah, I'm with him. The passing game has to improve. It was simple. It's very simple overall. All year, people know that. But hopefully today knocks some rust off. Jalen Hurts hasn't practiced in a few weeks. It's the first game back in a few weeks, and that showed early on. It's got to be better next week.
And I think that's the key to the wild card. Last week, Philly sat a bunch of players. Come out, get your feet back under you, win the game. You got to earn the right to play next week in the playoffs. They did that, and now they'll get to go play in the division.
And I think when Philly pulls back on this thing, they're going to say, get it to our stars. Hand it to 26. We got to get A.J. going.
Definitely, right?
We got to get Devontae going. When they do that, they're hard to stop.
By the way, A.J. Brown was reading a book on the sideline. Yeah,
It's personal growth. He was reading about personal growth.
Always trying to get better.
Yeah, always trying to get better. Okay, let's take a look at where things stand and break down what tonight means. If Tampa wins, they will head to Philly. If Washington wins, they are going to head to Detroit. The AFC already set. The Texans headed to Kansas City, and the Ravens are headed to take on the Bills. Remember, they beat them earlier this season. All right, guys, it's time for tonight's home team picks, brought to you by Lowe's. As always, we start with America's pick. 54% are saying the Commanders are going to go on the road for victory.
Oh, Jason Garrett, you took the Buccaneers. You're supposed to go and dance in your blood. Look at this.
Oh my God, look how close it
That's
is.
That's what that
I think he picked the Bucs. He's a real schmoozer, this guy. Real schmoozer.
Okay, so you think he's talking a little bit. Yeah, he's trying to act like the wire. Let's check in with Sully and Ron here. It's working with their picks, guys.
For Maria, I'm taking the Bucs, not because I'm a homer, but because of this. I know firsthand what this atmosphere is like and how that can guarantee.
Well, I agree with you. I like the Bucs because of Baker Mayfield, his playoff experience, but also the veteran
And I took the pieces. They both talked about the screen game, and I think that's one thing that's going to be in the Bucs' favor too. Bucky Irving and Jalen Miller making plays on the quick passing game. Back to you, Maria.
Thanks, guys. And just so we all know, home team 4-0 so far. The average margin of victory is 17.5.
Wow, yeah. We knew there was a turn of the clock in the NFL, and so far this weekend we've seen it.
Yeah, I think that's right, what they've been able to do this year. It gives them a little bit of an edge playing at home. Even they got in on a quarterback Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, and the point of Baker Mayfield is Bucky Irving is the guy. Lofton is the first touchdown run defense. Bucky's going to be a big player.
And we are getting you set for the nightcap here. And the wild card weekend, if Washington wins, they head to Detroit. If the Bucs win, they visit Philly. I think Chris and Melissa are going to have the call on the other side of the break, and we will see you at halftime.
Is the fact that we're on the side. These are 2 teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really.
We are so excited. Craig Melvin is the new anchor of the Today Show.
Be there when Savannah and Greg team up. Starting tomorrow, only on Today. In Spanish.
Names like this rivalry means so much to college football. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. A shot toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself. So much history, so much tradition. I can go back to 2006. We were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge show.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. It's amazing. In a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
And the Wolverines will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Buckeyes offense will try to get something going with their first possession. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
Just does such a great job of playing guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays. So him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside will be a great matchup. Ohio State pulled out a classic and won close over the Wolverines last season. Man, it's so nice to know you got a team that in the biggest moments in the game, the huge rivalry game, your big game of the year, they can come up clutch and make those big plays. Ohio State did a year ago. Can this team handle the moment now against the new Michigan team?
Well, oftentimes in great rivalries,
The NFL playoffs continue for Raymond James Stadium, Tampa, Florida. Home of the NFC South champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Led by Baker Mayfield. It's another Heisman winner, the number 2 overall pick. Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders in this NFC wild card game. Good evening, everyone. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth. Melissa Stark on the sideline. This is the 3-6 game in the NFC. And it's a playoff game, Tim. We're getting used to this. 5 straight years in the playoffs, Chris. Only the Chiefs and the Bills have a better run than that. Now, this all started when Tom Brady was here, but they've continued to build a really nice franchise for this run.
They really have. Let's start with Baker Mayfield. What do you say? It's coming off his best season ever. Second year replacing Tom Brady. How hard could that possibly be? And maybe he doesn't have Tom's resume, but he does have his fighting spirit. He is the emotional leader, and his teammates just love him.
Washington Commanders, so good to have Washington back in the playoffs, right? It's been 33 years since they've won this many games. They won 12 games this year. Now they're trying to win a playoff game for the first time in 19 years. Their rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels, was 5 then. Now he's the man in Washington.
He really is. And he is the headliner for sure. But this story, I think, goes so much deeper. Dan Quinn took over a proud, really wounded franchise in Washington. And instead of going out and just looking for athletes, they look for leaders like Bobby Wagner. And when you look at the record, they went from 4 wins to 12 wins. That says it all.
And the QB was a big reason why. For more on that, here's Melissa Stark. Melissa.
Jaden Daniels made his first start right here against the Buccaneers week 1. It was the Commanders' first loss of the season. He described that game to us as cringy and said his first NFL pass and incomplete was disgusting. Now, 4 months later, he's had a record-setting year. He told us how to he trusts himself so much more and is ready for his first playoff start. 13-year vet Bobby Wagner told us he could tell Jaden had a hunger to learn from the moment he arrived. And now he's earned the respect of everyone in the building. He said Jaden is someone we are happy to follow. And head coach Dan Quinn said, we've been in a lot of close games this year, but having Jaden has closed the gap between hoping we can win and knowing we can, Mike.
Melissa,
This is the fifth of the 6 wild card games this weekend. Tomorrow night, Vikings and Rams. That game, of course, relocated to Arizona after the life-changing fires in Los Angeles and the LA area this week. The impacted families desperately need our help. The Red Cross is on the ground and will be there to provide shelter, meals, relief supplies, and emotional support. Join us by going to redcross.org/NFL and make a donation. Every dollar helps.
Ladies and gentlemen, the NFL family is heartbroken by the loss of life and devastation caused by the wildfires in Southern California. We salute the brave first responders and everyday heroes who continue to support their neighbors. At this time, please stand and join us in a moment of silent reflection for the victims and the entire Southern California community.
Understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big
Thank you. For the singing of our national anthem, please welcome the lead singer of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band Cheap Trick, Robin Sander.
Off-play action. Quick strike complete. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
By the dawn, what's so bright the weekend at the twilight's last gleam, and the bright sky through the perilous
So close to the first down marker, but I
on
think
the
he's a touch short.
ramparts we walk, with so gallant peace. And the rockets rattling, love on bursting in air, get through the light. Let our flag float still. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of all brave.
About to kick it off after punching it for a touchdown. Here he comes with the return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out yesterday. Had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around of erasing the mental mistakes. And just trying to solve the defensive rhythm, understanding what they're trying to do in attack. All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going?
Picked off. He'll try to take it back.
You got
That's the ball out of the air and gave it back to his
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you just force a turnover, and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Not much running room. He's got one down to the 12.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him
Crown Schools.
Time for Sunday Night Football. Get this week's game day deal from Taco Bell. Buy one, get one Crunchwrap Supreme only on Uber Eats. Order now for kickoff.
Today's wild card coverage is powered by Verizon. Verizon Super Bowl Fan Fest. A Super Bowl experience like no other. You in?
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here.
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Teams who won the first four see happens here tonight, Wild Card Weekend. Powered by Verizon, 55 and clear in Tampa. Fourth playoff game between these franchises. Fourth playoff game as head coach for Todd Bowles, who has won the division all 3 of his years as Tampa Bay's head coach. He's a New Jersey-born guy like Dan Quinn. His 6th playoff game with the Falcons to Super Bowl 51. Year 1 with the Commanders trying to get Washington his first playoff win in 19 years. Tampa Bay won the toss. They won the ball. So Washington will kick off. Get this one going. That means Zane Gonzalez. Got a lot of kickers in Washington this year. Gonzalez kicking to Sean Tucker, second-year man out of Syracuse. But the Panthers, the Buccaneers, stop the NFL's Final 8. To go from Tampa. The Bucs get it to 30, and here's their offense.
Baker Mayfield, Oklahoma. LTA, Boyd, Mike Evans, Jonathan Ball, Sterling Shepard, Jeremy McMillan, Washington, Kate Ogden, Washington, Christian Wood, Iowa, Ben Bredesen, Michigan, Brad Barton, Duke, Cody Mount, NDFC, Luke Gedeke, Central Michigan.
First of all, can't get by without that Sterling Shepard. He drew for his daughters, right?
It gets better all the
It
time.
does. Good offensive line for Tampa here. They've started 10 of the last 11 as offense. Top 5 in several categories, including points and yards this year. Begins in the 30 with Baker rolling out the front. Mike Ayers to the 41-yard line.
Baby, the game's on.
Doing really well. You might see a lot of that tonight.
We might see a lot of that indeed. Probably one of the most bitter individual rivalries that we've ever seen in the NFL. And those two, before this game is over, you are going to see some fireworks.
Their history goes back to Lattimore's days with New Orleans.
Grab the ball.
Played twice a year. You've got intense, fierce. There were fines and ejections. Watch it tonight. Irving is met by Bobby Wagner. One of those veterans that Chris talked about. Great.
It could change the game. That's a great break for the offense.
You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. Trying to beat the D deep. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes you're just too open.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his.
And these linebackers from Washington are very good pass rushers. And he blew through them so fast, he ran right past Baker Mayfield.
Mayfield scrambled for one. It's 3rd and 9. Rashad White is now the back. Commanders break free. The throw is Evans again. Mike Evans. First down at the 35-yard line. 23. In front of number 23, Lattimore.
And he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the
Very simple little deep over route there. You can see Lattimore, and he's not up in his face and jamming because of that bunch formation. You would worry about getting picked off on the crossing routes and all that. So right now playing off Evans, and Evans is taking advantage of that. And remember, Lattimore's out there worried about that hamstring a little bit too.
Has kept him out most of his time in Washington. This is Irving trying to get outside, get about 3 yards. Leland Farrell on the stop. Baker Mayfield orchestrating. Best career season in terms of stats. 2nd in the league in touchdown passes. Tied for 3rd. Completion percentage and a lot of yards. Also a lot of picks. Tied for the most in the league. Former number 1 overall pick of the Browns. He's found a home here with his 4th NFL team. Offensive coordinator calling the plays into Mayfield, Liam Cohen. The 32.
the hands of Jalen McMillan, a rookie receiver who has been outstanding of late, and especially stepped up after Chris Godwin was lost around midway point of the year.
Playoffs are always just a little different if you're a rookie, and you can tell they're going right back after Lattimore, but it has been McMillan who has successfully become that number 2 receiver. He made 2 of the biggest plays of the season in the division-clinching game last week against the Saints.
And both on the same drive. Field goal from here is 50 yards. 3rd and 7, 4 Commanders coming. Mayfield into traffic and incomplete. He's trying to find McMillan, but 3 were there, including Mikey Saberstill, the rookie.
Mikey!
Field goal attempt coming.
I don't know exactly what tipped off Saberstill, but everybody ended up going, I believe that's him right here, going back to the inside, and he just stayed on that wheel route, and if he had not, that likely would have been a touchdown. Just great instincts on the part of Mikey Saberstill, and we bet him. That doesn't surprise us.
Not at all. Waffles had a very good year. Didn't have the best of warm-ups. From 50 yards. Going to get his first point. Flag hit on the kick. It's good. It was 4th down and 7. If it's offside, it becomes 4th and 2. And the first playoff decision tonight belongs to Todd Bowles.
Oh.
Greg Rolstan, our referee, is
I'm sorry.
waiting for that choice. Take the 3, if they will.
Offside. Defense. Number 39. Number is declined. Result of the finding. It's a successful field goal. Timeout.
So McLaughlin knocks it through from the 50. It's 3-0 Tampa, and Jake Daniels, the Washington rookie, takes over after that.
Playoffs.
Moving into the US can be exciting, but it's also very special life.
If they win, that's who we play, babe. The Commanders.
Perfect flashbacks of movies. Our goal is to give you simple, expensive movie experience at an affordable cost.
Make your next move the best move.
Let our family move your family. Harrisburg Moving and Haulage.
Follow your dreams to Brokenstown Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Make them a reality. Let them take control and enjoy the idea of a new vehicle. Experience the new car excitement and let your dreams take the wheel. Don't just dream it.
Oh, I have.
Brokenstown Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram during the start of something new sales event.
At F&M Bank, it makes supporting our local community a priority. This football season, we're asking you to help those in need most. Participate in the Super Bowl camp. Scan the code on your screen, donate what you can, and help your neighbor. Thank you so much.
Was desperate for organization. Everything was everywhere, all over the floor. We weren't really sure what we wanted. We just knew that we needed help. We called Garage Floor Code. They did our floor, the potsy, and they did all the cabinets, plus the slat wall, because everything on the floor, and it looked pretty and it's organized. It was really easy to work with them. They were great. The crew was great. They were quick, efficient, and kind, and I was working with them 100 times over.
Garage Floor Coding Great Lakes. Call today to schedule your free estimate.
How do you know it's the best internet? Because it's from Buckeye Broadband, your #1 local price. Get this area's fastest internet, starting at only $29.99 a month. Buckeye Broadband is this region's only 10-gig fiber optic network, bringing you unmatched speed and reliability. And now, save money on your mobile phone bill. Get reliable, unlimited talk and text with Max Mobile for Buckeye Broadband. All you bring is your current phone. Don't wait. Call, click, or stop in today.
February 3rd, the Voices OG coach Adam Levine is back with John Legend, Michael Bublé, brand new coach Kelsey Ballerini. It's The Voice February 3rd on NBC. And Peacock, almost a century-old Tampa Theater here. We'll be back in the Tampa Bay area. 3-0, Bucks on top. 8 plays, 38 yards, the opening drive. Hunter Jack grounding kicks to be returned, and McCaffrey For the Commanders, through the traffic, he'll get out to the 33-yard line, where the Washington offense will take it over.
David Daniels, LSU. Brian Robinson, Alabama. Terry McLaurin, Ohio State University. Olave the Kids, UVA. De'Ami Brown, North Carolina. Zach Ertz, Stanford. Brandon Coleman, PBCC. Nick Allegretti, Illinois. Tyler Gaddis, Amherst, Wisconsin. Sam Cosby, Texas. Andrew Wiley, Eastern Michigan.
Big improvement for this offense. One of the big reasons, Cliff Kingsbury, former Arizona head coach. Taking over as the OC here. Great match with Jaden Daniels, the number 2 overall pick. Goes to the 33. And Daniels in trouble. Able to get rid of it. Goes over the head of Jameson Crowder as he was being pressured inside. Elijah Cansey doing a nice job against Daniels. He said outstanding season. Number 2 overall out of LSU. Record-setting rookie season, completion percentage and rushing yards. Lauded for his maturity, his leadership. And he played his best at the end of close games. Really, when you saw the entire skill set of Daniels, who started his career in college at Arizona State. Ryan Robinson in the back. He's got it going left. The leading guard for Levante Stevens. He's 3:30 along 6 short 7 coming up for Washington.
And you'll know when this game really gets going is when eventually we see Washington in that spread out empty set. And basically you have your quarterback, Jaden Daniels, who becomes your running back. A little bit like Lamar Jackson, that style of play, and that is when he has been dominant this year.
Austin Eckler is in game. Jeremy McNichol is a couple of running backs in for Washington on 3rd and 6. Pressure comes from Tampa. He's putting it towards Terry McLaurin.
Damn, what a catch.
Big play man who holds it in.
Wow.
I'll tell you, you know how hard that catch is. With Jamel Dean hanging on you, but he won the route right at the line of scrimmage. There was a quick release. Not many receivers are willing to take that inside release. He did because he is the best contested catch receiver in the National Football League, and he got him there.
Marking with the 28, Terry McCauley, our 3-time Super Bowl ref, watching with us back in the studio, says good catch and a gain of 35 to McLaurin. 28. To McNichols. Daniels out of 1 tackle by Cansey, but he's brought down on the back end of the play by the veteran Mike Edwards. And it'll be no gain on 1st down.
Boy, great patience on that one by Elijah Cansey. He is right out here. And you're going to see the read option begin the other way, and so he's the guy being optioned. Really, when Jake Daniels saw him sitting there, he should have handed that ball off. Just a misread that time. A little excitement, I guess, out of Daniels.
Washington, as they do often, going no huddle. Daniels escaping again, directing traffic, and he blocks him out at the 20-yard line. A little bit of trouble, but just runner glides for about 7 to set up 3rd and short.
And that was the fear, really, out of this Tampa defense, is that there are times they basically say, we don't care if you blitz. We don't even care if you miss a block. Our guy's going to make their guys miss out there. And just like Lamar, you'll see it throughout the course of the night.
Yeah.
Jameson Crowder, question mark coming into this game with a hamstring. Worked out pre-game. He's in the lineup. One of the 3 at the bottom. 3rd and 2, spread out. Daniels, take it off. Chased up and got him. Levante David speed the match for Daniels. 4th and 2 from the 20.
There is no way that just happened, did it? Levante David, we'll just call him in his mid-30s now, is going to be in a foot race with one of the fastest players in the NFL and gets the job done.
34 years old, Washington, very proficient on foot down and going for it here.
The net goes flying down. Again, Daniels throws the feet. A backward, ready to complete. And Tampa takes over on down. It's into the short field of the Washington. They go for it, and they are stopped. Tampa takes over. Halfway through the first.
Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Use the play fake down the throw.
I can't hear.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Nowhere to go on down. He goes at the 39. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure that everyone on the same page here.
Ice cold fireball shot. You know what you got to do? Get to it.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep.
Didn't look good.
Takes it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the day.
Are you happy with that? I can't tell. Oh, I've travelled all over the country talking about saving with Geico. Well, that's the important bit, isn't it? Showing up, saying, hello, fancy a nice chat. Then we talk like two old friends about Steve Londons and all the savings you could get by bundling your home and car insurance. Well, here's the real secret. Eye contact. You feel that? You just had a moment. You thought it.
Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance.
On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. No good. After the missed field goal, still down by 21 points, guys.
Listen, he's a guy that makes 60-yarders in practice, so they give him that opportunity with this big leg. He misses it. The opponent didn't set up the return, so they're going to get the football back now. Pretty good field position. There's still a few ticks left on
From
the
Tampa,
clock.
tonight's 4K Skycam coverage brought to you by Walmart Plus. Are you looking at me? Yeah, I'm looking at you. You know, it's a big hit because Skycam's here tonight.
You know I'm happy.
Let's hear from Skycam real quick. We've got 2 options tonight. So the Bucs defense comes up with the stop. Tampa takes over at the 20-yard line. It's to Bucky Irving, the rookie out of Oregon, who's won the first round. In terms of running backs in this team. Good run there. Gain of 5 against the Commanders defense.
To the throw. Deron Payne, Alabama. Jonathan Allen, Alabama. Deron Ball, Kansas. Dante Fowler, University of Florida. Go Gators. Ronnie Wagner, Utah State. Howard University. Frankie Cooper, Washington State. Marshall Lattimore, Ohio State University. Jeremy Chin, Southern Illinois. Paul Martin, Fort Myers, Florida. Mikey Sarasville, Michigan.
8 new starters, much improved, easily the worst defense in the NFL last year, much better this year. Irving runs again. This first down. Bucky Irving was not the starter until last week. Scott White was the guy who started most of the way. But Irving has earned the spot. He's been so good. The season's gone on.
So we watched the first game of the year between these two teams, and Rachaad White was the starter, and he played most of the snaps. In the last game of the season, last week against New Orleans, it was Bucky Irving who has come so far since then that Rachaad White got no touches in that game. So it'll give you some idea of what kind of player he's turned into this year.
He's from Oregon. He's a rookie.
And out of bounds, the 48 gets 15 first down.
The one thing that we've seen out of McMillan is that he is a very good man-to-man route runner. So when teams are trying to double team on Mike Evans on the other side, we see his ability to go one-on-one with a single defender and get open, and that has really jump-started this offense.
This 88 Cade Ogden, Tampa, glad to have him back. Their good tight end.
It's the last 3 games with a knee injury. On first down, it's Irving one more time. Right down, twisted down around the ankles that time by Jeremy Chin up from his safety spot.
You're going to see that particular play quite a bit. That is the counter play. And it's almost like the Buccaneers completely changed their offense. The first 4 games of the year, they ran that counter play 4 times. Since then, that play has averaged 9 yards per play. When you see offensive linemen and tight ends pulling out in front of Bucky Irving, that's what we're talking about.
And a lot of Commanders up at the line, inside give, and Irving steps up. He's trying to get through, gain of just a couple of yards. The third down, he come back to the point you just made. Why have they made that switch as the season has gone on?
Well, what's really interesting about the whole thing is that Liam Cohen, their offensive coordinator, doesn't come from that background. Really, none of the coaches come from a background of doing all those counters and those kinds of plays. It just happened to fit this offensive line and that back. And so they stuck with it, and now they have about 6 or 7 different versions of it, and they keep getting better at it as the season goes along.
Good coaching. Your team does well. Third and 8, Mayfield. Look at her climb the pocket. Torrance Armstrong says no. It's not a sack. It'll be run officially of a yard and a half. Mayfield goes down to 49. The Buccaneers are going to punt it away.
That's back-to-back plays now by Dorrance Armstrong, and he's one of those names that you may not know that well, but when you put on some tape and you watch this team play, he makes a ton of plays. He really is. He leads them with 46 pressures on the season, 8 hits, 5 sacks. Very consistent player for them.
The punter for Tampa, Jack Browning, didn't play at all in the NFL preseason. He's a rookie out of San Diego State. This is only his 6th NFL game. Very few punts. Dropped a snap last week, so very cautious when Tampa is punted. Kicks it away. Jameson Crowder back deep. Well handled here, and Crowder makes the fair catch at the 8-yard line. First time in these 6 games that Browning has dropped a punt inside the 20-yard line. 3:34 left in the opening quarter. Drive 2 for Washington. Coming up.
Magic, the greatest team of all time. One that comes together to understand each other more deeply. Doesn't let a person's past prevent them from having a better future. It takes everyone's heart to chase a dream and opens doors to second chances. Who wouldn't want to be part of a team like that?
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got some room, and to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. And the route is on. They built a comfortable lead, and Michigan is fully in control.
Hail to the Victors has been playing this team the game as well as any Michigan team we've seen. They know every year this will be a fight. Michigan has brought it, and Ohio State hasn't responded.
But I think Michigan has just done a better job executing here in the second half. I love the way they mixed in the run with the pass offensively. Defensively, they're doing a great job communicating. They're just the more locked in team here late in the game.
This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. With the first down.
Yes. Sorry. Here a little nice cool fireball shot. See what you got to do. Get to it.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options.
Didn't look good.
On the ground. It's Edwards. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Are you happy or sad? I can't tell.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting that.
On about face, the turnaround. New man in charge in Washington, and Dan Quinn has gotten the job done. Largest increase in scoring in the league. 9 more points per game. Combine that with a defense that flipped the script. 7 fewer points allowed. The largest decrease in the league. And the yield, big turnaround where it matters most. 8 more wins, the largest improvement in the 93-year history of this franchise. Of course, head coach of Atlanta, Dallas defensive coordinator, brought a lot of the things he learned about the first time around to this time, and it has been a big difference. And as we get to the 8th, Terry McLaurin somehow got back to 82 yards. Looked to be going nowhere.
You know, Mike, usually I'm not real big on the mushy stuff of football. You know, I'm not a huge believer in all that stuff. But with Dan, I kind of am. Like, he built a community inside that locker room. He went out and sought leaders over physical skills, and they built friendships. I mean, they hang around for an hour playing cards after everything's finished in football.
10-yard line, Daniels swing it out to Robinson. Robinson hit hard, only 2 yards. Levante David has been everywhere in this opening quarter, combining with the rookie Tyke Smith for the tackle.
I'd say they are coming after Jaden Daniels, and with good reason. His numbers drop pretty significantly when he's under pressure, and nobody has more different ways to blitz and rush the quarterback than this football team certainly does with Todd Bowles calling the signals.
Austin Eckler, 36. And we come Marines dropping, trying to get Hughes Daniels, who is chasing those across the middle, and it's caught for the first down at the 21-yard line. Usually a dangerous play, but gets it to Hurts for the first down.
So Daniels could feel the 3 pressure here and a single pressure over here. So he uses his athleticism to get outside of that pressure, and now he has time to think and see and look. And generally when that happens, he makes things like that happen.
Nice down, man. Got a game winner in a Super Bowl in your first playoff game as a quarterback. And Zach Ertz had the game winner in Super Bowl 52. Outside the 20-yard line, final 90 seconds. And the flag is free. The 39, so Nickel Higgins. The man from Ohio State is desperate for a franchise quarterback. He's been good for a whole bunch of guys.
That was easy. Here's the RPO. And if that linebacker doesn't drop underneath this slant, thank you very much. It's fun to watch these offenses, and I know that the NFL is changing. I mean, it really is. We're seeing so much more of the college style of offense come into vogue here, and maybe there's a good reason why that Cliff Kingsbury is having so much success.
Great point. Final minute here in this opening quarter. Side Kevin Robinson runs about 5 against his Tampa defense.
Elijah Cansey, Utah Bill, Stephanie, Logan Hall, Houston, Yaya Diaby, Levante David, Fort Scott, Anthony Nelson, Iowa, Jamel Dean, Tyke Smith, Antoine Winfield Jr., Minnesota, Mike Edwards, Cincinnati, Ohio, Zion McCollum, and Houston.
They were hot at the end of the season. They are hard to score on down the stretch, especially in the second halves of games. Second and 6, here's Austin Eckler, got away from Tyke Smith, got the first down. Into Bucs territory at the 45 in this first quarter. Comes to an end. And who's missing down the stretch is 4 games with a concussion. But Austin Eckler's addition to this Washington team to be a factor tonight. After 1 in Tampa, Buccaneers 3, Commanders nothing. You're watching Wild Card Weekend, powered by Verizon.
What's happening? I can't hear. Louder. Looking for a productive play on first down. They may get a stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the kneel, and the down the field. The play fake on first down. To throw.
Sorry, get a little high school firewash out of it. You know what you got to do? Get to it. You look good.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker.
Are you happy or sad? I can't tell.
Still a positive game.
Oh, I've travelled all over the country talking about saving with Geico. Well, that's the important bit, isn't it? Showing up, saying, hello, fancy a nice chat. And then we talk like to old friends about sticks and guns and all the savings you could get by bundling your home and car insurance. Ah, here's the real secret. Eye contact. You feel that? You just had a moment. Who thought it?
Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. State of the art meets workforce. The Mercedes-Benz E-Class is automatic intelligence in its most exhilarating form. Motor Trend's 2025 car of the year. Learn more at MUSA.com.
Tonight's playoff sites are provided by Nationwide. Take it to the Florida Aquarium. 20,000 animals, and there we go. Bucks fans will go to any depth to show the team's support.
I applied for that job, didn't get it, but
You didn't?
a little disappointed.
You know what? If you go back there, they'll be happy to do it. Like Chirico, Chris Collins, Melissa Stark, Terry McCauley. Second quarter begins. Jaden Daniels is using the outlet effectively. And Brian Robinson Jr. for a first down inside the 35-yard line. The third-year man out of Alabama.
It is really just all about the tempo, the pace, the quick throws, the slowing down of this pass rush with the play calling now for Washington.
Sidekick Robinson, Lavonte David there again, along with KJ Britt. 28-yard line. That's 4 yards on first down for Washington.
Well, and the other thing that it does is, well, now they're going to substitute in. But the more pace that you go, the more times that Vita Vea leaves the field. Every time he gets an opportunity to get on, and he's in good shape, I don't want to insult the guy, but there is one of the premier players in the National Football League, and if you go at pace, hopefully he has to rest for it.
Game record, made his second Pro Bowl this year inside. On second down, Daniels slammed the paint, and Robinson attacking quick, just a gain of a couple. That is Shaq Barrett, the former Buck who came out to come back and chasing the ring here with Tampa this year.
Yeah, exciting for him. And this is the defense that you will see. They struggle down the middle.
Who are you talking to? Your boyfriend?
They got Antoine Winfield back, and so they think it will be a strength. Can they get the pressure off the edge? And can Winfield fix some of the issues they've had in the middle of the field?
Barrett is the third ring, stays out there on third down. McCollum. So first down. Zion McCollum with the shot on the edge. See what they'll do on fourth and short again.
Yeah, that's called a memory right there. You know, the interesting thing was he hit him that hard and really was sort of pulling up on the hit instead of flying.
Bang, bang with a foot on the white and then the hit. Fourth and one in Washington. Use the opportunity for a short game time field goal again, but takes the time out here to get settled. Chris, it's interesting. Dan Quinn, regular season, going for it a lot. It's an attitude, it's an approach. They also don't waste time very often. It's predetermined drive and distance dependent. But here, second time he gets time in a playoff game, figures to be tight, they're going.
One of the issues that he talked about was this Tampa team is a time of possession team. They possess it about 32 minutes. He said, we are not going to hold up if they're holding the ball for 32 minutes, which meant he was going to go for it more on fourth downs maybe than he ordinarily would to try and keep that possession.
but they've been very good going for fourth downs. And you made the point with Detroit last week. When you do this a lot, sometimes it's easier to go get them.
Well, it doesn't hurt when you have Jake Daniels in Georgia Tech. He's like 6 for 6 on read option. So, give him the ball.
Netflix right now, doing.
So
They go sprint on 4th and 1.
I gotta change my payment method.
There's other bodies in there where the down judge is coming down the line. It's a first down. Randy Short, the down judge at the top of the screen, came down, saw it, parked it, first down Washington.
What a great play. Motion in here. That was an empty set. There was nobody to do the read option off of. And so what they did, bring in Eckler in motion inside. Everybody was going to jump on Daniels, and they pick it up.
This long drive continues for the Commanders inside the 22. Eckler and McNichols both in the game again. Inside, takeoff. Daniels away from Canavea. Gets down around the 15-yard line. You bring up Lamar Jackson's name sometimes. That's where he looks like Lamar. He knows how to get away from that hit and smoothly get down.
Yeah, I bring it up too much. Oh, come on, bring it on. Plays like so now they're going back to their two-back set. This is something they did early on. Then Austin Eckler got hurt, and they got away from some of these core plays because they just weren't comfortable with anybody else playing Eckler's role. This is going to be a big player in this game, Austin Eckler, what he's able to do.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success.
Good at 3.
Big boys!
Back thing to do with Daniels.
Big papitos!
Read option alive on every single play. He's one of the best.
What are you doing?
As a receiver, and it leaves the
Was you just being good boys and daddy just got you up for no reason?
back and try and play the finesse game, because then you get him coming down hard inside.
And Washington is taking a second timeout. The first one was taken by Tampa Bay, so each team's taking one. Both have 2 left with plenty of time. And there's a little cut as we take care of here for Daniels. Wildcard weekend, powered by Verizon, concludes tomorrow night with the Vikings and the Rams meeting in Glendale, Arizona. ESPN ABC, Joe and Troy, our friends will have that 8:15 Eastern. Then the divisional playoff presented by Intuit TurboTax. There are the windows, Saturday 4:30 and 8 Eastern, and Sunday 3 Eastern, 6:30 Eastern, all across the networks, NBC, Fox, CBS, ESPN, and ABC. And by the end of the night, we'll be able to tell you what games go where. So stay through with us for that. We saw before we showed you that. We're battered and bloody. Welcome to the playoffs. Jaden Daniels. 3rd and 3. Daniels going inside. It's profile eliminates Zacchaeus for the first down inside the 10. First and goal for Washington in front of Tyke Easton.
Really an interesting little combination route there. It looked like it was going to be a slant outside, but it was a double combo that confused the secondary.
On the ball again, Reed inside for Robinson. On that one, second down, Yaya Diaby, who won Defensive Player of the Week last week with the tackle.
Yaya Diaby is just a hammer on the outside. It was interesting as we were talking to Todd Bowles about changes. He said defense has changed about every 2.5 years. So he went from being big with the tackles to big with the edges, and it's helped his defense.
Watching the Capitals, it's like a line change every snap. 3 in, 3 out for Washington, and they're never let them. Eckler with Daniels in phase, no chance. Daniels is slowed up on the column. Loss of a couple back to the 10. No played as Anthony Nelson was part of the defense.
So many times people want to run this college option. Here comes the pitch man.
Bring it in.
The problem is these
We got a
guys
good
are really
weekend.
fast.
Right?
Yes.
Are way faster than
It's because you're always on that phone.
that play down. And I just don't see it work very often.
Clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to pass. It's Avant. They'll run the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a 1st down. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Makes the grab. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pollard.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out. Man, I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they... No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.